Hello viewers, this is Michael, and as you can see, I'm at the grocery store. I'm here to buy some food that can help me shed a few pounds. Now you might be wondering, hey Michael, how is eating going to help you lose weight? It can if you have the food we're going to talk about in this video. Before we do that though, please don't forget to click subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Watch until the end of the video to help support Bestie. Starting off my list of the most weight loss friendly food, we have Number 1. Salmon. We bet you didn't see this one coming. When people talk about food that can help you lose weight, then salmon may not be the first thing that comes to mind. We don't blame you. After all, salmon is categorized as an oily fish that contains lots of fats. This is good enough to make any fitness freak think twice before eating salmon. But there is more to salmon than meets the eye. Salmon is a rich source of iodine, a nutrient that boosts metabolism and helps maintain proper thyroid function. Apart from that, it also contains omega-3 fatty acids that have been proven to reduce inflammation, one of the major causes of obesity. Oh, and it is a rich source of protein as well, so the next time you come across salmon, give it a try. You won't be disappointed. Moving on from an unexpected entry onto the list, here's a familiar one. Number 2. Broccoli. If the last one had you in a fix, this is a pretty easy one to guess. Broccoli contains plenty of nutrients that are good for the body. In fact, if you can have a bowl of chopped broccoli in a day, you will be ingesting about 5 grams of fiber. It's a nutrient that helps in your digestion process. Additionally, broccoli is a rich source of vitamin C and vitamin K. This vegetable is especially good for people with blood pressure problems as it helps to maintain it. What's more, broccoli is very low in calories. Yes, you heard that right. One bowl of chopped raw broccoli contains only about 30 grams of calories, which can be easily burned by a few laps around the house. No wonder nutritionists always recommended broccoli to me. I better pick up a few while I'm here. Let's move on to the third food on my list. It is a bit of an unusual one. Number 3. Whole eggs. If you thought the salmon was a strange entry onto this list, then it looks like it has a contender: whole eggs. A study conducted on 30 women found that women who had whole eggs for breakfast didn't feel the urge to eat a lot for the next 36 hours. As a result, they ended up losing more weight than women who had bagels for breakfast. If that wasn't mind-blowing enough for you, then we have another one. Another study shows that having whole eggs with a low-calorie diet helps in weight reduction. In other words, if you have eggs during breakfast, you will not feel as hungry, and that will help you control your calorie intake for the rest of the day. Interesting, don't you think? Who would have thought that a food with such a high percentage of fat would help in losing weight? Speaking of which, here is another unlikely food. Number 4. Meat. When you think of meat, you may not categorize it as a weight loss friendly food. Although there's no significant evidence, people have even linked meat with diabetes. While processed meat may cause some problems for you, fresh meat is actually very helpful when it comes to losing weight. Meat is rich in protein and can help you burn up to 100 calories a day. Studies also suggest that if you can increase your protein intake every day, it will reduce your cravings for snacks. So if you're on a low-carb diet, then feel free to stuff yourself with as much meat as you can consume. You can also try out the fatty meat without the worry of getting fat. In case you're on a high-carb diet, we recommend you eat lean meat without all the fats. And on the chance you're allergic to red meat or you just don't like it, you can go for the white meat. Keep in mind though, the levels of protein may vary, so make sure that you are having enough white meat if you choose that option. While we're on the topic of protein, we can't miss out on our number 5 pick: cottage cheese. Like most dairy products, cottage cheese is high in protein and calcium. As we've already discussed, foods with a high amount of protein help burn a lot of calories. So in that case, most dairy products should have made the list, right? Well, they haven't, because apart from being rich in protein, they are also high in fat and carbohydrates. So what is so special about cottage cheese? Well, it's low in fat and carbohydrates, so what you end up having is a lot of good stuff. Now that sounds like a definite bonus. There is just one problem though. Just because it's low in fat doesn't mean that there's no fat at all, so we recommend having it in moderation. This list is quite a revelation. Take this next item for example. Number 6. Boiled potatoes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most weight loss friendly foods out there is boiled potatoes. I know what you're thinking. Recently, many people have had the same thought, but there have been speculations on whether or not they are healthy enough to be consumed. They are a rich source of fiber and potassium though, and that means they can not only help you lose weight, but they can also help you regulate your blood pressure. As far as I'm concerned, you'll be killing two birds with one stone. No, we're not really gonna kill any birds, it's just a figure of speech. Alright, coming back to the point, as we are talking about fruits, how can we forget about our number 8 pick? Grapes. According to a study which was conducted on 91 individuals over the span of 12 weeks, grapes can help you reduce weight. These individuals were given fresh grapes before meals as well as at the end of the experiment. They were able to lose about 1.6 kilos or 3.5 pounds. That is staggering. Here I've been trying to lose weight for the past few days and people are just doing it by eating grapes? Grapes also help fight a metabolic abnormality known as insulin resistance, which has been related to many chronic diseases. And this brings us to our next point. Number 9, beans. After discussing other foods that are high in fiber, I felt obligated to mention beans in this list as it's another good source. I've already told you that fiber helps you reduce weight. Although fiber is not the only good thing that beans have, they are also high in protein. Now this is the ultimate food to have when losing weight. Protein will help burn the calories and fiber will help with the digestion process. Ah, good old fiber and protein. What would we do without you? Moving along to our next pick, number 7, avocado. This is a rather well-known food in the weight reduction club. While other fruits would be flexing their carbs, avocado would be providing you with healthy fats. This fruit also contains lots of water, and you guessed it, fiber. You probably know by now that with this nutrient, you can bet on losing weight. Oh, fiber. I love you with every fiber of my being. Speaking of which, here's our next food. Number 10, tuna. We started with salmon, and here we are at tuna. That is fishy. Compared to salmon, tuna is more of a predictable entry into this list. After all, it is famous for being very low in calories. Similar to salmon, tuna is also high in omega-3 fatty acids, and I've already told you how useful that is for shedding pounds. Tuna is the preferred choice of bodybuilders, models, and athletes who want to have a high-protein diet, but don't want to deal with the extra calories that come with other options. Oops, I almost forgot to mention to you all, tuna has lots and lots of proteins. There you go. You have another reason to add tuna to your diet. And with that, I'm done shopping. So which one of these foods would you like to try in order to lose weight? Do you eat all the foods that we have mentioned on this list? Let us know in the comments section down below. We'd love to hear from you. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead. Choose the left or the right video and enjoy.